please, with a resounding applause. If you clap the loudest, it will touch the hearts. Let's give him a standing ovation and welcome Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong.
Thank you. Please have a seat. Good morning, distinguished guests, faculty, students, and esteemed colleagues. It is indeed an honor to stand before you at the 2025 Student Industry Conference. I begin by acknowledging Professor Mavis Dakunjeke, the Dean of Social Sciences, for her unwavering leadership. Professor Joseph Autori Yaro, Chairperson and Provost of the College of Humanities, for his tireless pursuit of academic excellence. My young man, Mr. Banasco Seydounou, our keynote speaker and a trailblazer in digital education. Dr. Collins Bedu Ajaman, our scholarly moderator. And finally, to all faculty members, staffs, and students, I say good morning to you all. Indeed, I'm honored as a poor soul born and bred at a village not in the map of Ghana, to be called upon or invited to speak to such august house. Madam Dean, I say thank you to you for the recognition. Coming here, I had written theses, but my conversation with the provost, I had to change my style. I had a meeting with my team last night and I told them, you have academicians, professors who can do this job better. So if you limit me to the academic work, it will make no impact or any difference. And when I got here, what the provost said, I said, oh boy, I have to go back. So I'm going back to the old style. I believe that is why the auditorium is filled. I want to give you my background for you to see how lucky you are to be here today. I was born and bred at a village in central region called Asin Dompim. I went to Adsado College from that village. From there to Winneba Sixth Form, and after Sixth Form, I went to Germany. In Germany, I was washing plates and also cleaning shops known or called Promat shop in Hamburg. From there, I saved money and went to America. And in America, I first worked at Zaro Bakery. Then I got a gas station. I worked, and that time I was working 88 hours a week at the gas station and 40 hours at the bakery. I managed to save and bought my first taxi. Within 7 months, I had 8 taxis. 7 guys working for me and paying $40 a day. So I was making $280 from the drivers, and I was also saving 100. It means I was making $380 a day. There I managed to buy a house at East Legon for my parents, because my stepfather was an ex-military officer. He didn't save money for the rainy day. So when he went on pension, he had no place to live. They allowed him to stay at his bungalow for 6 months, and they threw them out. When I heard of the news, fortunately, Mr. Zuma Nelson and his manager were in America. So I gave them my first $16,000 in 1988 to deposit on a property for them. And Mr. Asa was very honest. He did that. The actual cost was $24,000. So after the deposit, I gave the rest of the money. That's how they moved. I went on doing business, and I decided to go to university. Why you are lucky is when they said 24 years in parliament, says some of you were not born. I went to university at the age of 33. I had a daughter and a son before going to university, Fordham University in New York. Let me tell you, I had my business here, and going to school over there, the level of dishonesty, my business was near collapse. So the third year going to fourth year, I stopped the university, because Fordham University, I was the best economic student. So my professor introduced me to a company called Smith Barney. It was Solomon and Solomon, now Smith Barney. That is where Bloomberg was working. When they came to campus to interview me, they said they were going to offer me $120,000 a year. Whilst they were interviewing me, I had $1,145,000 saved, intact, at a great bank. And Dr. Kranchi was the one who was managing it for me. So I came back home and asked my wife, so all this school, sleepless night, writing 10 papers, I'm going to make $120,000 a year minus Uncle Sam. Whilst the workers here were just misusing the money. I promised my wife, I'm going to manage my business in Ghana. And trust me, one day I will employ doctors, masters, first degree personalities to work for me, and have done exactly that. Today, you can use your IT, the digital technologies and all those things to do something better than what I was doing, because when I was in secondary school, where I got the business traits, was that I didn't feel shy, because I was born and bred in a poor home, and all I did was, my mother was trading, or a trader, selling on a small table at Okanshi. So on vacations, I would just go and select some of the items and put it on the board and walk from Okanshi to Agbogboshi. Walk Okanshi to Kokomlemle. And I was hawking on the street. When I see you, I'll show you. Yes, speak a chocolate, Tatra, Nazet, yes, raw. You know, at Sadra College, you have affluent kids, because they are from affluent homes. But we were poor and underdogs. Sometimes I see my friends on vacation at the airport, going to London, Europe, then I'll be selling at the airport. But here we are today. I share this to motivate you. I'm not shy of my beginning. I want you going to be, after here, I'm going to look for a job. Or have a vision that after here, I'm going to build my business. Like my young man here. He was here a couple of years ago, and now I heard him say that he did political science. But from what I read about him, it means he's branched off completely. What that means is you only have to acquire knowledge here. It doesn't matter what you read on campus. It's you, the individual, and your determination. Every individual here should have 5 things. And write it down. The acronym is GOSPA. GOSPA means you should have goals. Every individual should have goals, objectives, strategy, planning, and activities. When you have this, you narrow it down. Ask yourself, you are here. What is your vision? Every person present here should have a vision. Your vision into the future. What you want to become after university. Some of you rise to become managers. Some of you will become entrepreneurs. Some of you will be academia among the professors. But what is your vision? What you want to do? 2, you should have courage. Why do I say courage? You can have all the good ideas. If you are not courageous, you will never be able to implement your vision and dreams. So what I say to young men and women present here is that you should be bold to take risk. And the future belongs to risk takers, not security seekers. I repeat, the future belongs to the risk takers, not security seekers. What do I mean by this? We all have fine ideas. We are working. We are saving money. You accumulate the savings to a point where you have to take bold initiatives to invest your savings. The security seekers are those, with all due respect to professors here, academia, and everybody. Security seekers are those who are afraid to take risk and go and buy treasury bills with their savings. Because the treasury bills is being managed by a bank to give him interest. Have you asked yourself, how much is the bank going to make for them to pay you interest? The risk taker is the one who will set up the business, whether win or lose, and make more money compared to the one who relies on treasury bills. So you should have courage and say to yourself, sky is the limit. Damn the consequence. I'm going to invest this money. If I win, so be it. If I lose, life still goes on. Such people become entrepreneurs. That is where your topic comes in. Creative minds. Creative minds. So if you want to be creative, then you have to take risk. Now let me give you these fundamentals before I even continue with this. First, as students here, you all come from a home. Parents give you money when you are coming to college. Beginning of your entrepreneurship is when you identify the taste of your colleagues and use your savings to supply them what they need. What do I mean by that? First, whatever money is given to you, you should live a subsistent living and save at least 70% of what is given to you. Don't keep up with the Joneses. What I mean by keeping up with the Joneses is you are from poor home like myself, and your colleague is from a home that is well known. So when you see him wearing nice clothes, your lender of last resort that parents has remitted to you, you also go and buy what your friend from that rich home is wearing. You are not here to compete with anybody, but to build a future, save the little that parents give you. Fortunately, through digital and technology, when we were hawking on the streets, today you can sit in your comfort room and order hair products. The ladies, sit on your comfort home, go on internet, order hair products, and begin to sell to your colleagues. Initially, you wouldn't know how beneficial it will be to you. Sometimes it is not the profit that you make, but the experience that you get from that attitude you have adopted. Again, young men, not only the women, the young men, you can go on internet, order from China or anywhere, sneakers, low-cost watches, because you are students, you don't need to wear expensive watch, and begin to sell to your colleagues. By the time you come out of college, you will have a capital that your friend who was buying from you do not have. Again, it doesn't come on a silver platter. You have to be hardworking. Without that, you are not going to make it. We have colleagues who work for 40 hours and they are content. If you want to be an industry leader, you have to work more than 40 hours, no doubt about it. I gave an example where my normal job at the bakery was 40 hours. I took the gas station job as a pump attendant. And friends who were going to parties during the weekend, I took their shift. And in the long run, my senior who introduced me or gave me that job, I bought him a Cadillac because he didn't have anywhere to go. He spent most of his time going parties, enjoying himself. You have to postpone your spending today for tomorrow. That is the savings. And your savings, when you have accumulated enough, be bold to invest it. And one key area to success is integrity. You have to be honest in your dealings. If you are dishonest, you might have the power today to dupe people, but eventually, all what you have acquired illegally, you will lose it. But if you are honest, wherever you are, people will knock at your door because they believe in you. I'll give you one practical example. I bought this plastic company. It's called Platinum Plastics at the free zones. And I had to meet the suppliers. So they came from Belgium, Dubai. And one lady from Belgium told me that I hear you're a very good man and you are very strong, influential. I want a favor from you. I said, go ahead. And she said she has supplied materials to a gentleman to the tune of $70,000. And for 2 years, he has not paid. He has checked all the records. He's cleared the goods from the port. But the gentleman keeps telling him that he was not able to clear the goods. What I realized was that all the agents, they know each other. So now he has passed on the information to other competitors. And now the guy is blocked. Second example, I have a company, I supply heavy duty equipment to mining companies. A gentleman, I bought 16 ADTs, cost $7 million, which I paid cash, no credit. This gentleman took the machines and he never paid. So I took the machines back from him. Just about a month ago, there was a mining conference in Tanzania. The guy went there. He was bragging to investors. I'm the biggest supplier of mining equipment in Ghana, this and that. Unfortunately for him, you see, it didn't happen to him in Ghana here, but in Tanzania. He was talking to Dangote's partner, who is into mining and tech. And the partner's son is my son's friend. So they were in Tanzania together. They went and he saw the guy who duped me talking to his friend's father. So I'm the biggest supplier. And he was born in America. So that inhibition is not in him. Oh, fache, no. There and there he told them at the meeting, he's a liar, he's a thief. My father gave him this number of ADT equipment and he never paid. Right there, they cut him off. The man has never met me before. Now he wants me to be his partner in Ghana because of honesty. So it's very, very important if you want to succeed in life. Again, humility. See a lot of rich people here in Africa, especially black people, even in America. See the American basketball players and footballers. When they are going to the stadium, the cars that they use are more expensive than the club owners. Exactly so happening here in Ghana. If you are not humble, this is too personal, I will not mention the name. I went to a young man's house and I saw about 12 cars packed. Then I told him, you work for government. You live in this neighborhood, enclosed neighborhood, that everybody knows who you are. Are you dumb to pack 12 cars here? What are you doing with this? You met people here. Before you came, there were people staying here. They saw your house being built. And now you have 12 cars. He is not a minister. He is chief executive. And have 12 cars packed. I advise him, you got to be humble. You are exposing yourself. I don't want to tell you what has happened to him. You know, so you have to be humble if you really want to do business. It is not going about, throwing about, showcasing what you have. If you go to meetings, the billionaires, they come in with jeans and t-shirts and sneakers. It is those of us, we call ourselves wannabe. The wannabe, we go there to impress. Then we put on nice suits, nice watch. In the meetings, they don't even look at the watch. They don't have time. When you talk to them and you hear the things they dream and think about, you realize you've wasted your time going to buy all these things. So we have to be humble. Then you should have foresight. You need a foresight. Ask yourself where you want to go, how far you want to go in life. It is important. Anybody without a foresight has no dream. If you have a foresight, you dream. And when you dream, dream big. Don't be a myopic dreamer or thinker. Do it big. Think big. Do it big. And you reap big. Even when I was young, my mother, anytime I go and do something, oh, Kwame, wait there. By the time she is advising me not to do it, I have already done it and paid for it. So you should have a foresight. Then cooperation. This time, you are young. You have to link up with friends, set up a company together. When you put your capital together, you'll be able to come out with a good company than one person starting from beginning. Unfortunately, this side of the world, partnership don't work. But we have to make it work, because that is how others have made it. So we need cooperation among ourselves. We don't need negative competition. Competition is important, but it becomes negative when you are envious of your colleague. It's not healthy at all. So these 7 things I've told you: vision, courage, integrity, humility, foresight, and the last one, you have to stay focused. There will be distractions, whether natural or artificial. If you look at the economic trend, because of America and the rest of the world trade tariffs, it is something that you did not foresee that it will happen, but it has happened. You don't have to be discouraged because of what is happening, but stay focused. You aim at a level that you want to attain. And trust me, although what I call, we live in a world where we have multitudinous incarnadine. It's like waves, it goes down and up. When you have this, then comes in the digital. Today, you'll be a better entrepreneur than us because of advancements in technology and digitalization. You can sit here and do business elsewhere. My daughter, who is at Walton Business School, is now here selling chicken while she's still working in America. Because of internet, she has a job. She's always on her computer or laptop working, and at the same time going to one of the coastals. She has taken one of the coastals selling chicken. Somebody will ask why a Walton Business School student should sell chicken. She did the analysis with my son, and my son told her, if you invest every $14,000 container, you make $12,000. I said, hey, then why am I in this classroom? I'm coming. So now she's working with her brother, although she'll go back next month. I'm only sharing this experience with you that, with digital, you can do a lot of things differently and do business faster than we were doing. You have to be creative. Creative in the sense that when others are using social media to destroy themselves, use social media to market yourself. That's the creative mind you should have. You should be very innovative. And innovation is key to success. Anybody who sits there and is afraid to innovate, you become stale and stagnant. So take advantage of technology and the digitalization. You can create your own platform, sell your products. Professor Namzoya, where you come from, you have a lot of shea butter. It is not only the book. Go there. What will make you different businessman is that you have the knowledge than us, those of us who didn't finish the university. Buy the shea butter. Bring it to Accra. I'll give you contact in Botswana, South Africa, and other countries. Students, go on internet, Amazon, Alibaba. Take advantage. Buy from them. This time, because of technology, digital, you don't even need to travel to China. You just have to source for companies and their products. What is suitable to whatever your vision is, you just order on the internet, which is digital. It arrives. Look at the number of students gathered here. Anyway, clap for yourself. This is the best and the biggest number I have ever seen. And well attended. Let me thank the organizers before I continue. I'm finishing. It's been too long, but I have to share it with them. So, take advantage of digitalization. Don't sit back. This time is very easy. When you are doing business, I sit here. My wife is in America. She had to go for a week. On her phone, she's monitoring what is going on at Ashanti Steel and Platinum Plastics. I sit here in my office, my bedroom, not my office. Or my cousin here doesn't even know that I monitor all the businesses from my bedroom. I'm sharing this with you. This is a secret. I know tomorrow he will try to get to my bed. So technology and digitalization enhances businesses better than what we were doing before. So young men, take advantage of what is going on in the world. You can go ahead and do your masters, but whilst you are doing the masters, you should also be doing small jobs for supplementary income. So when you are here and we're talking of this digital age, it is to your advantage, because the products that I was hawking on the street, now you can put it on internet. You have chocolate, you have raw, you have blade, Tatra, Nazi, all on internet, and they will buy it. That's the advantage you have. Instead of walking miles, this time you sit there and you can market your product. Take advantage of that. Be creative. Don't sit there and wait for your parents to give you money every day. So this topic, I thought of it carefully, and all I said to myself, summarize it, and say that digital made business easy. Careful thought. The whole thing, I summarized it and said, digital made business easy. So now business is easy because we've digitalized everything. You only have to be creative to know what you want. Then take advantage of it and work hard. And trust me, sky will be the limit. So, sitting here, all speakers mentioning Kennedy Agyapong, I'm not a magician, I'm just one of you. Just that I work hard. And I don't take no for an answer. When I set my mind on something that I'm going to do it, I make sure I execute it. So I will end here by encouraging you that if Kennedy Agyapong has made it, you at the age of 20, 22 in the universities, you can do better than Kennedy Agyapong. And clapping doesn't mean anything because you finish university. Clapping means I am not going to look for government job. I'm going to sell bread. But this bread, I will sell it in style because of my idea because of the knowledge I acquired on campus. I'll use a different market to sell bread. Who can make me broke? I won't, because I can go to the lowest level and sell bread. All right, Agyapong bread, pa. Some students will look at you and say, hey, look at him, he's selling bread. But one day, they will see you. That Agyapong bread, pa, has a chain of factories producing bread. You can sell blocks. Put on your jeans, sneakers, go out there. Do something. Forget about the knowledge you've acquired. If you are not getting the job, try and do something. And when you begin to do it, that is when you apply the knowledge. But if you think you're a lawyer and therefore you don't want to do anything, some law firms, with all due respect to them, about 6 months, they will not even have one case. So if I don't go and shout, but now that I'm not shouting, how would you get the money? But a lawyer can do something else. You know. So, young men and women gathered here today, I share this for you to know that I started from humble beginning and I'm climbing. I'm not yet there. Because you see me, the way professors are mentioning my name, when I went to the meetings, say, in Ghana, in a blind man's world, one-eyed man is a king. When we hear the numbers they mention, and Agyapong is nobody. If I'm not bold, I cannot even speak. So I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still fighting to get up there. So I want you to repeat this after me. Say that one day, I'll be somebody. I'll be better than Kennedy Agyapong. Go and work at it. God bless you.